I want to talk to you about credit unions that pull TransUnion. And so here's a review I want you to pay attention to. The first company that I want you to really think about when you think about those credit unions that pull TransUnion, you have Navy Fed. And Navy Fed is kind of cool because Navy Fed is kind of, they have a diversity of programs, not only in terms of credit cards, but also in terms of loans, in terms of lines of credits, and so on and so forth. And so we love Navy Fed because they have flexibility in terms of the eligibility criteria. They ask you to have military sort of relationship, but you don't have to be military. If you have some kind of connection professionally or biologically with the military, you will soon qualify that this is not a problem. And what we also love about the Navy Fed is that their lines of credit are pretty generous. For loans, they have a maximum of $50,000. So the loan amount that you get qualified for goes from 250 to $50,000. But for credit cards, you can go all the way to $35,000. We have seen cases where Navy Fed approved credit cards credit limits all the way to $50,000. This is really good. And to actually apply for Navy Fed, you have to really not only have a clean, not a clean TransUnion credit score, but your credit score at TransUnion should be at least 540. They're having cases where they will actually go all the way to 520. But if you have 540 minimum, you actually stand a chance of qualifying for Navy Fed. And you want to make sure that you also have a situation where your check systems account or file is kind of empty, because this is something that they look at before actually bringing you in. So they will actually study your application for a new account, and they'll see if you have a check system file, if you have check system sort of record. This could be a little problematic for you to be accepted at Navy Fed. So you want to make sure that you have 520, 540 TransUnion, and you clear up your check system file before you apply. And when you apply with Navy Fed, it's just a lot better to apply at a branch. Everybody will tell you, hey, you can apply over the phone, you can apply via the app. Yes, that's true, but the probability of you being accepted is higher if you apply at a branch, because there they can ask all questions, and you will have an opportunity to answer. And so this is really cool. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Next, you have Conexus. So when we talk about credit unions that pull TransUnion, yeah, Conexus is really, really well positioned. And the cool thing about TransUnion is that the cool thing about Conexus is that they want you to actually have a minimum credit score at TransUnion of 500, but to qualify for a loan or a credit card or a line of credit. And so, unlike Navy Fed, which just discontinued its line of credit a little less than 2 years ago, with Conexus, you have the opportunity to actually still have a line of credit. Okay, so this is kind of cool, and their rates are kind of interesting too. So personal loan rates range from 9.74% to 18.49% APR. So this is kind of cool. Of course, your rate will be determined by many factors, right? We're speaking about the application information, your credit history, and the selected loan amount and term. But overall, we love Conexus for the ability to actually qualify real fast. And so when we talk about credit unions that pull TransUnion for large limits, Conexus has a large constellation of credit cards. This is kind of cool. Credit cards that really cover all kinds of situations, whether it is cash back, whether it is so in addition to cashback, you have rewards, you have travel rewards, you have hotels, you also have in some cases balance transfers. So this is kind of cool. And Conexus is actually flexible in terms of application. They accept applications online. They accept applications over the phone. They accept applications also via regular mail. You can actually fill out a membership form and actually send it to Conexus. Not a problem. So Conexus and Navy Fed and all credit unions that I'll be speaking about today, you can actually qualify for you can be eligible for membership without having some kind of a geography or profession or biology. In some cases you might have to donate $5 to a charity to actually qualify for membership. So, but again, membership, you are able to qualify real fast. So number two, you have Conexus, and this is a credit union that actually pulls TransUnion also. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about credit unions that pull TransUnion for high amounts. Next, I want to share with you CCU, and CCU is short for Consumers Credit Union, and this is actually a great company to actually apply at. Why are they great? Well, they're great because their credit cards are fantastic and their loans are really, really generous. Can you imagine? They are actually they will approve you for up to $100,000. Think about it, $100,000 for the loan. That's really fantastic, and really, CCU wants to be to have a a score, if you will, at TransUnion of 510. So minimum that you need to have 510. Obviously, if you have anything low, like 510, 525, 560, you're considered a fair credit or bad credit that is. And so you can't really qualify for $100,000, but you'll get something, right? That's what you need. At least you need something to actually you want to qualify for something for a certain amount. And CCU is kind of cool. And CCU actually is also flexible in terms of membership eligibility. So they will qualify you. You can apply over the phone. You can apply online. You can apply also via regular mail. And if you don't qualify, they'll let you know. That's the reason why we tell our viewers to apply at the branches, because you have the opportunity to ask all questions before you, there's no surprise. I mean, whether you'll be accepted or not. And so CCU actually really, they will approve you real fast, and depending upon their backlog. So if you have any question, you can call them at 847-837-7938, 847-837-7938. So this is really good. So what we love about CCU is that you have, not only you can get a loan up to $100,000, I already said that, but you have the opportunity to also have credit cards. I mean, in terms of loans, you have all kinds of loans. You have signature loans, motorcycles, recreational vehicles. This is kind of cool in terms of helping you, sort of indulge in your passion. You have secure loans. You have when it comes to secure loans, you have the shared secure loans, and you have the secured collateralized loans. So all those loans are really collateralized; they are secured. But you have a high probability of being approved because the risk is pretty nil, if you will. Sorry about that. And now, number four, I want to talk to you about America's credit union. So that's the fourth credit union that actually pulls TransUnion. Okay, and so when you think about ACU, I want you to think about credit cards, of course, but I want you to think about loans too. And the cool thing about personal loans is that even though they're not as high as what CCU offers, because with ACU you can only have $25,000, it's still good anyway, and they tend to really approve real fast. So really, you can borrow a minimum of $500 and a maximum of $25,000 based on your individual needs and credit worthiness. And they want you to have a TransUnion score of 550 before qualifying. Okay, and what we love about ACU is that they will really sort of stratify the payment based on your maturity. So if you have based on the maturity you chose for the loan, so you have for 0 to 24 months, you have an APR that goes from 10 to 18%. For 10 to 14, for 25 to 36 months, you have 10 to 14%. For 37 to 48 months, you have 11 to 15%. For 49 to 60 months, you have 12 to 16%. For 71 to 72 months, you have 14 to 15%. For 73 to 84 months, you have here 14 to 15%. So 84 months, that means what? It means that you have the possibility if you go with ACU to apply for a loan and repay such a loan. You want to repay such a loan within 7 years. 84 months, that's 7 years. Fantastic. And so they pull TransUnion for credit cards, for personal loans, but also for home improvement loans. So this is kind of cool also. So anything related to equity in your house, you can really tap into that. But again, they will do TransUnion credit check, and there is no soft pull here. This is a hard pull. I mean, but hey, listen, it is still worth it anyway when you really think about the cost versus the benefits. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about credit unions that pull TransUnion for large limits. Next, I want to share with you BECU. So when you think about BECU, I want you to think about Boeing Employees Credit Union, and so really this BECU pulls TransUnion also. And what we love about BECU is that they're very flexible. You don't have to be a Boeing employee or an ex-Boeing employee to qualify for a BECU membership. This is really cool to really remember that. So what we really love about BECU is their flexibility. Their flexibility, because the whole thing is that you have the opportunity to qualify for a loan real fast. Okay, and again, whether you are a Boeing employee, a former or current one, it doesn't matter. You can qualify through a donation to a third-party charity. Okay, and you can borrow up to $30,000 with BECU to consolidate higher interest rate balances into one low monthly payment, and funds are deposited directly into your BECU account for quick, easy access. So we are speaking about you having the opportunity to have your TransUnion being pulled for debt consolidation loan, for emergency expense loans, for major expenses loans, for travel and leisure loans. This is kind of cool. So maximum here is 30,000. Okay, 30,000, and you have loan terms up to 6 years. That's 72 months, and there are no origination fees. So we really love that here. And what I want to say here is that in terms of credit cards, again, BECU is a good candidate because they are going to qualify you real fast. If you have any questions, you can call BECU at 1-800-233-2328, and this is kind of cool. And there is a monthly program cost that's based on the loan balance and package options. This is if you want to protect your loan, right? I mean, you never know, stuff can happen. So if you want to protect your loan, this is kind of cool. So the loan payment protection program provides financial assistance during times of hardship, like during COVID, for instance. And the LPP is really an optional benefit offered through BECU. So this is kind of cool. Next, I want to share with you Alliance. So when you think about Alliance, I want you to think about a credit union that pulls TransUnion for large limits. And Alliance is also very, very generous. We love that a lot. So you are looking at loans, for instance, that go from $1,000 all the way to $100,000. And for credit cards that go, the credit card which limits, which you can have up to $100,000. So this is really cool in terms of flexibility here. And that you have terms from 1,000 to, terms from 1 to 5 years. So this is really cool. And the cool thing about Alliance is that you have same-day deposit into your account. Now, if you want, they could also mail you a check. That's not a problem. And there are no prepayment penalties. And the APR is kind of stratified based on the maturity. So basically, you have 11% for 12 months, 10% to 24 months, 10 to 11% for 24 months, 13% for 48 months, and 13 to 15% for 60 months. So this is kind of cool. So you have the ability to get a loan from $1,000 to $100,000. This is really cool. And the credit cards amounts are kind of cool. Also, credit card amounts go from $2,000 all the way to $50,000. So this is really fantastic. And Alliance wants you to have a TransUnion credit score of 545 to qualify for the cards. And you have a same-day approval, whether you apply for credit cards or for a loan. Same-day approval is possible, and same-day funding is also possible in most cases. This is really cool. There are no prepayment penalties, so you're not really penalized for paying off your loan. You're paying off your loan early. This is really good in terms of giving you flexibility. So because you have the ability there to actually pay and reborrow, you can reborrow and pay again, thus increasing your credit score, right? Because you're basically increasing your payment history, and also your payment history being very stable, you have the ability there to actually take the cash from Alliance or another player to actually qualify real fast. So long story short, when you think about Alliance, I want you to think about a credit union that pulls TransUnion for a large amount, and they do this very, very fast. And the advice I want to give you here is kind of similar to what I've been giving you throughout this show. If you want to apply to Align, it's just better to go online, to go to a branch, have a conversation with a customer service rep, and then take it from there. Next, I want to share with you Teachers. And Teachers is another credit union that pulls TransUnion. And so Teachers is very good because they have APR that goes all the way to 8.40%. And they have loans and credit cards that are really, really generous in terms of the limits and the loan amount. So maximum for loan amounts is $50,000. And for the credit card, they can go all the way to $100,000. So this is really cool. But if you have any question, I would invite you to call 1-800-341-4333, 1-800-341-4333, or you can make an appointment and go to a branch and have a conversation there. You really want to apply online if at all possible. So this is this is actually what really makes sense. But remember, the maximum we are speaking about here is $50,000. And so you have the opportunity to have something really decent done there. I mean, this is kind of cool. So you can get a credit card, you can get a loan, you can get a line of credit, you can get all kinds of financial products through this third-party sort of provider. So this is kind of cool in terms of flexibility, also in terms of validity, if you think about it. But there are other personal lending options with Teachers, though. I mean, they don't just offer credit cards and loans. They also have lines of credit. They have, in some cases, what they call like they might give you some kind of facility. You know, not just a regular line of credit, but a line of credit that allows you to cover your NSF, like not to have overdraft fees. So this is really fantastic. So when you think about Teachers, they want you to have a TransUnion credit score of 550. So that's the minimum at least. But to actually qualify for it, their financial products, their credit cards, their loans, and what have you. So long story short, and all these seven lenders that I've just given you into this conversation, they are available for membership. They're not going to make things too complicated for you. They know what happened 3 years ago with COVID. A lot of folks lost their jobs, so they are very empathetic with those situations. So you stand a chance to actually qualify for a membership real fast. And again, there is no limit to geography. There's no limit to profession. There's no limit to anything at all for you to wake up and really take the right decision, make the right decision right now. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let me quickly do a recap of today's conversation. So I'll just share with you credit unions that pull TransUnion. Number 1, Navy Fed. Number 2, Conexus. Number 3, Consumers Credit Union. Number 4, America's Credit Union. Number 5, BECU. Number 6, we have Align Online Credit Union. Number 7, we have Teachers. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.